welcome to this week's edition of The Magnate. By now, of course, you know that The Magnate is a program that parades veterans, major players in the corporate and the public sector. Today, we are going to be lending a voice to business growth. That's what the program is about. We are going to be mentoring on television. And who is a magnate for the week? The only way you get to find out is when you watch this profile documentary we have put together. And of course, you'll agree with me. He's eminently qualified to lend a voice to business growth. We'll be back shortly, and then you meet a foremost administrator who has served in various capacities, and of course, particularly the state of aquatic splendor. You'll be back to meet him. Join us shortly.
Otunba Dr. Abdulfattai Olukoga was born to the family of the late Sulaiman Adebambo Olukoga, famous retired sales manager with Michelin Tires of Itumoja quarters, and Alaja Zainab Abeni Olukoga Nibakari of Ishele quarters, Ikorodu, Lagos State. His primary education began in 1957 at St. John's Schools, Aroloya, Lagos, where he obtained his first school leaving certificate in 1965 at Ansarudin College, Isolo, where he obtained the West Africa School Certificate Examination in 1970. Within the same year, he first worked briefly with the Lagos State Ministry of Education and Community Development and later traveled in search of golden fleas to Malcolm X College, Chicago's Illinois, United States of America, where he obtained a diploma in Business and Applied Science in 1973. Still in 1973, he gained admission into Governor State University, Park Forest, South Illinois, where he obtained a BSc degree in Social Cultural Processes in 1975. While there, he exhibited certain leadership qualities which earned him positions. He bagged an MBA in Marketing and Industrial Relations from the same university in 1976. He was conferred an honorary doctorate degree in Philosophy in Public Administration. He also bagged a PhD honorary caucus in Political Science and International Relations at Crescent University in October 2015. Dr. Fattai Olukoga had worked in many organizations. Of note were Metropolitan Life Insurance Company, USA National Biscuit Company, USA ITT Nigeria Limited. He has also served in different capacities on various committees, boards and panels. Otunba Fattai Olukoga belongs to many frontline, social and religious organizations, including the prestigious Island Club, Lagos Country Club, Ikorodu Club, Oriwu Club, Eco Club, Division 1, and Saruddin of Nigeria, Lagos branch, among others. Otunba Olukoga's dedication to service, exemplified leadership qualities, and administrative competence have been recognized and acknowledged through various awards and commendations. He has authored a book titled Managing People and also adds to his credit articles published in the Lagos State Bureaucrat. He published a memoir on Olukoga, the quintessential administrator, in May 2015. Otunba Olukoga, who retired as a permanent secretary in the Lagos State Civil Service in May 2007, is now the chairman of Avalanche Rural Insurance Brokers Limited and director, Soundserve Microfinance Bank, Ikorodu. He is married to Princess Mulikat Adedoyin Ni Onisiwo with children. He plays lawn tennis, loves reading and photography.
You're welcome back. The program is The Magnate, and we have a magnate in the house. I'm sure you have enjoyed, or you thoroughly enjoyed, the package we brought to you in our magnate. And you have agreed with me, it's a quintessential magnate that we have chosen to lend a voice to the growth of our business today. It's my pleasure to welcome to the Magnates Otunba Alhaji Dr. Abdulfattai Babatunde Olukoga. You are welcome to the Magnate, sir.
Yes,
thank you very much for allowing us to have a peep into your career. Now, we've looked at your sojourn in life, your school, the various places you have served, adding value to all your positions. Today we are focusing on administration, which is relevant in both public and private sector. Okay, sir, let's focus on the public sector, for instance. Who is an administrator?
An administrator is somebody responsible to achieve the goal and responsibility of an organization.
Okay.
He moved human resources and the capital to ensure that the goals of the organization, either private or public, is achieved in time.
Okay. Is somebody who work with material, men, women, and capital to ensure
you reach
a common goal And then, of course, getting results.
Yeah.
To achieve results.
Yes.
Based on the aims and objectives of the organization.
Yes.
Interesting. You talked about aims and objectives. Maybe you quickly clarify that. Most people may not know what aims and objectives of organization is, so that everybody in that organization can be on the same page for them to achieve a common goal.
Well, for instance, if your aim is to serve the community, you know that's your aim. And your objective is how do you really serve them to get your aims. So that means everybody must key into the organization aims and objectives or goals.
All right. Now, let's zero into public administration. Time was when to work in the ministries of parastatals was the in thing. You know, what was the beauty for the hustle to work in public sector then?
Well, I would say that I'm happy that I had experience on both the private and the public service. I haven't completed my education in America. I arrived in Nigeria, though I had a scholarship from Lagos State government, and that entails that I have to serve. But I'm doing that, I said, it's so monotonous that it's a wrong notion. Until I went into private sector, worked there for 2.5 years, and were now asked to go because they have to relieve some staff so as to have funds to pay, to pay the salary. Then we now go back. I went into the public administration and put in my application. Then I even tell them that, look, I would not like to work in the ministry because it stereotypes something, not knowing that I still don't have the objective. So I was posted to Lagos Refuse Disposal Board. Their aim is to cleaning environment with human resources, capital, and your intelligence. So intellect. So we started and we changed from refuse disposal to commercialization, and now become Lagos State Waste Management Authority. And I would say I was lucky enough to even work with those who came with that idea, the Power Pollution Control Company from UK. And we try to see, we look at the organization in its whole entirety. And we now see how do you bring people to keen in achieving the result of having a cleaner Lagos. So we have to go from one department to the other and sensitization and to discuss what are you doing? How do you do it? What time can you take to do it? And when you see that they are using more time to achieve a result, we try as much as to bring it down and say, well, we did it this way, and that's what. So I was there, and I want to say that I'm very proud that Loma, at the time we had conversation, we were making 5 million a month.
Wow.
But before I left, it has turned to 22 million a month. Because
the government parastatals.
It has the government parastatals. Because, you see,
the orientation had changed.
The orientation had changed. So we were there, and after attaining the status of Assistant General Manager, first of all, I was Assistant General Manager training. Then later I was taken to corporate affairs to ensure that how do we get people to work. So I was in charge of clearing of refuse, evacuation of refuse, in company and in public. And in company is where we make much of our revenue.
Of course.
Because we go into the company and say, okay, you generate this. We evaluate the waste. And I say, okay, you will pay this and this and this every month. So that's why I went over, like I would say, Nigerian breweries, Guinness, the NMPC, and so on and so forth. Even the petroleum and hospitals.
Yes, double whammy. You were making money and clean. Lagos was getting clean. But you see, what you have said, sir, brought out something. The issue of public service having some form of commercialization, private, could it be public-private practice or the partnership? There was a time that commercialization took over some parts of the public service. Is that what also informed what happened?
Yeah, well,
because if you look at it from the pure public and ministry point of view, this wouldn't have happened.
Yes, but as you work, you think, how do you get to pay your staff? And we look at it saying, the only way we can pay our staff, and not even entrenched staff, is by peeling into a way to make revenue. So it may not be enough, but you bring something and government will also put in. So it's just, and that is what is happening now, even in all the ministry now. You have a lot of things going on, you make a little generation, and then the government will say, we have this. And is that how they will now have the fund to keep going on? Okay. So,
all right, you're still talking about public service, sir. Is it true, or I know that some of us that are beneficiaries of the public service, it's a training ground for people, for grooming. Do they still have that orientation, or we are confronted with this negative attitude to work ethics?
Well, I would say for Lagos State, we have the best worker. They're dedicated and they have passion for their job. Still, because it takes the leadership of the organization, the way you do it. And if you are someone that just like a test attitude and you don't do your work, yes, your followership they will do the same thing. But if they see that you're hardworking, you have passion for what you are doing, they key into it. And that is what is happening in Lagos State now. Most of the departments you go to, you can see that they are there to achieve the goal of each ministry has a goal. And each ministry must be able to respond to ensure that goal is achieved. So everybody must be on the same page. Okay. So that is it. And that is what actually happened. And I will tell you that the normal trend now is better than in the past. Because we are now working as if we are an organization. But in the past, when you say, the civil service is where you have time laxity and so on and so forth, it's not like that. When you get there, you resume on time. Even by the time you close, you must quantify what you have done for the day. You must be satisfied yourself. If you are not even satisfied, you say, well, I have not done much. Appraiser. If you delay files on your table and it's not going, you are also disturbing others. Mm-hmm. So there's this what we call put in time and trying to do things as it comes in, and it has been really been trained by all the staff.
All right, orientation. I hope other states will also take a cue from that. Now, just like you said, some time ago, people feel that ministries, parastatals, government parastatals are places for women, not for men, because the pay is low or was low. I don't know the pay now. How do you clear that?
Well, if you look, I think what you don't need to look for first is not the salary, is your satisfaction of inner mind.
Job satisfaction.
Job satisfaction. So once they have that, civil service is for men and women. Well, we say that the time for women to go home and take care of their kids, and they say that take their husband. You find out even nowadays, women want to achieve the same thing that men are doing. So you see that women, what a man can do, a man will do it better. And that is what is doing. That's what is going on now in the service. You see that in public service, when you see the number of people that are becoming a permanent secretary, sometimes it used to be more men than the men. But we men have to wake up and say, what is going on? We have to level up. So that is what is happening. And that's what actually happened.
All right. We are still chatting with Dr. Abdulfattai Olukoga. He's the chairman of Million Mark Nigeria Limited, and as a Million Mark Plaza in the commercial hub of Ikorodu, Lagos. Let's go for a short break now. We'll be back here to continue our stimulating conversation with Dr. Olukoga.
The Association of Chemicals Importers, Exporters and Dealers of Nigeria, with the acronym of ACIDIN, was formally registered in July 2019, has amongst its objectives to protect the interest and welfare of members, to ensure proper communication line between operators and dealers of chemicals in Nigeria, and protect unity and cooperation of members.
The problem we are having concerning loss of job by our youth to foreigners. And we want to come together as a body, speak to the government to get a better result on how to handle this area of business in Nigeria.
Hearkening to the call of the policy of federal government of sourcing local content, the indigenous operators of chemicals felt a need to speak with one voice and wrestle a large percentage of the market share from foreign operators. Wednesday, 23rd of January, signaled a new dawn for Acidin, as affiliate members came together to chart the way forward with government regulators in attendance. The day started with appraisal of their past activities before the official commencement laced with prayers and national anthem. With self-introduction of members, guests and media practitioners present, Mr. John Ukezie took charge of the event as Master of Ceremony. In his opening remarks, the Chairman Board of Trustees of the Association of Chemicals Importers, Exporters and Dealers of Nigeria, ACDIN, welcomed all and further articulated the essence of the body to have a cohesive relationship with all players, to forestall the fragmented nature that existed before ACDIN. He further emphasized to members on the need to know their customers, strengthen the bond, and enhance empowerment among Nigerians, establish cordial relationship with manufacturers, create wealth and maintain a consistent value chain.
We need to be a force and relevant to manufacturers. There is hardly any process in manufacturing that will not use chemicals. And if that is happening, then we should be part of that process. We need also government to understand that certain things, government is not in business. The job of business is regulation. There is no business in the world that government can run successfully.
The scorecard presented by the chairman elicited response from the government regulators present. This enabled them to allay the seemingly bureaucratic process laced with government approvals.
NAFDAC and chemical marketers have worked together for a very long time. And in the last 2 or 3 years, we have made the processes of getting permits to import chemicals very easy. The importance of the manufacturing sector is quite key in the development of any economy in the world. So the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is a platform that is ready to support your vision and your mission.
After all said, how do members deal with long period of clearing at the port and other seeming challenges? Other Board of Trustees members, which includes Mrs. Angela Ezenwa and Ikem Omalu, also made presentation. The brief ceremony afforded members and guests an opportunity for interaction and networking amidst variety of sumptuous meals, well prepared by the Ibish chef, venue of the meeting. The event can also be described as a media parley, judging from the number of press crew in attendance. The comment segment, which provided a platform to seek clarification on varied issues, was used to clarify the menace of plastic to the environment in reference to the chairman's speech on global warming.
Is there something we can do? Because I know that some other countries are also looking at alternatives. We see some countries now using banana leaves to do certain things that the plastic we use here.
I don't know if you've heard of the extended producer responsibility. The extended producer responsibility is part of all the regulations. And what they're doing, what that does, what that entails, that the owner, you that manufacturers, you take responsibility of the waste.
The event was rounded off on a spiritual note, with AIM's media team interacting with board members and guests in attendance.
So there are many challenges that the importers, the manufacturers are facing, but no individual can fight alone and win. So this association is well blessed, and we pray that it will go from strength to strength.
Mobilizing people, enlightening people, and making sure that we, on our own part, we are positioned effectively to enable us secure the government's confidence.
It's for us to be able to create our own chemical industry in Nigeria. That is the ultimate, because people will come with ideas. There are some basic chemicals that should be made in Nigeria. They shouldn't be imported. Hydrated lime and so on and so forth. And we have the raw materials, but we still import. It doesn't make sense. And unless we manufacture, like I've said, we will not solve the employment challenges we have. Even though the world is going automation, but let's start from what we know, and then we'll move to what we don't know.
We wish the Association of Chemicals Importers, Exporters and Dealers of Nigeria more success in their future endeavor.
It's a pleasure to welcome you back to the Magnate. I'm really, really enjoying myself today while lending a voice to business growth. And who is our magnate? I still have with us here, Dr. Olukoga, mentoring us on television. You are still welcome to the program, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Technocrats, served with Lagos State government and so many other organizations, and now he's endowing us with his wealth of knowledge. Sir, those days, and it's still quite there, work ethics is something that has been a major bane in service delivery, either in the public or private sector.
Yes, yes.
How do you clarify that?
Well, work ethic is very important in any organization, either private or public. Let me go back to civil service. You see, in civil service, you have the work ethics, and also you have the opportunity to be posting around of all the ministry, parachuters, agencies, and so on and so forth. That's giving a learning curve. And if you are, like I said in the beginning, you have passion for what you do, you will make it, and you have a focus. Because as people who want to come to the service, even nowadays, they are looking at money, what they can get, that is what they can amass, but that's not shouldn't be. First of all, you must learn something. You must gain something. You allow the institution to pass through you, not you passing through the institution.
Interesting. It's a grooming ground.
It's a grooming ground. So
interesting. Now, time was when we used to hear, I don't know if it's still particularly with the core ministries, that everybody from zero or from level 1 to the PS level are relevant. Time was when we hear of fire is missing because the messenger or the account clerk feels that it's not being recognized.
Really, it's not like that nowadays.
Okay.
Everybody in your ministry, from cleaner to the top, are very relevant. Because if one slow down, then the whole thing is slow down.
Oh, yes.
You cannot find your file, it means you cannot do your work. So what we do as head of leadership is to ensure that everybody will recognize and ensure they are very important. Okay. You want to come to the ministry, you find a dirty floor, environment, you can't move, you can't operate. Then you walk in and the receptionist is doing sharply, attending to you, or you know that it first of all shows that nothing can happen, good can happen. That's why it's important. Everybody must be on the same page. And I'm happy that in states, it is like that. Even I can give you an example when I was posted to Ojo local government. And a paper was brought to me for an approval. I said, never done like that. You have to open a file with the subject matter, then bring it back for my approval. During the approval, I have to go to the past and see what has happened, what is relevant for me to make my own submission. Continuity. So once I do that, and when we started that, people now say, oh, this is good. This is good. So we have got approval one time. We don't know why the file is. We don't know why the file is. But we get the orientation. And at the end of the day, they also learned, and majority of them have grown up in the local government. Okay. I only spent one year, and that way is very resourceful and very meaningful. I left a mark there.
Interesting. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, also, people also used to, when they are in the ministry or in the parastatal, the aspiration then was to pass through the rank gradually to become either a DG or a PS, permanent secretary. But now you see a lot of people are in a hurry, it's like they want to just take off and go and do their own business, or even go into politics, looking for political appointments.
Well, I would say that, look, my advice to the young generation is that, first of all, you must be armed with good quality education. They must also learn, because if you don't learn very well, whenever you are given a post, an higher post, you will not be able to do well. But once you have gone through all the mails of the administrations, of the ministry, and so on and so forth, when you are faced with challenge, you know how to handle it. You know how to handle it. Then if you go into, it's a pity that most of these young girls of today, they want to have quick money. But that's what, you must first of all have satisfaction of mind. And also what you are doing. Then you started paying So your dues, once that is done, by the time you now leave the service and your own. Well, I like people say you say the way you lay your bed is where you lie on it. You have groomed yourself and so on and so on. When you are now your own, you go to excel.
Okay. Another thing that confronts us, in fact, even if we don't witness it, we also watch on television, the issue of corruptions in public service. I don't know if you had any instinct of it or you were confronted with it, but it's something, it's a major bane.
Well, in Nigeria, corruption is everywhere. Even when you say good morning, there's corruption in it.
Wow.
So
you have to examine that good morning very well.
You have to examine that good morning. Say, is it really good morning or good afternoon?